Whoops-a-daisy. There was a slight technical problem there.
What?
And we're back. Sorry about that. There was a slight problem with the with our internet connection there, but our IT team have been on that like whip fast, like a whip fast, like a whiplash, in fact.
Who won? Do we have a winner?
No, the winner is announced at the end of the show, Sherman.
Is this not the end of the show?
If you come to the production meeting this morning, this would have been explained to you.
I told you I was busy all day. I appear to have nodded off.
If you think piffing a few pennies on your webinars is more important than coming to production meetings.
Listen here, young man. I can't believe you've the audacity to speak to me like that. I have a 3-month-old child at home. I've been up all bloody night. Maybe if your swimmers were a bit better, you'd know what it was like as well.
You're nothing of my family life. I choose not to tell you anything about my family life.
Well, let's just say I have a dossier. I know everything.
Thank you, Lorraine, for your comment. Is this the QVC channel? No, but it will be. It will morph into something very similar to that in the coming weeks as we try to monetize the show.
I better be on a good royalty.
Sorry if there might have been a small break in the broadcast there, but we're back on air now, and we really did. Thankfully we're back on air. Bear with me now. We're going to tell you all about this a brand new app that's been launched on the App Store today, called the Radiohead Quote Generator. So if you're on your App Store, go look for it now.
They tell me you really developed this.
It's like lots of Radiohead products. You pay what you want to pay. So it could be €5, it could be $10. I'll bring it up on the screen so you can tell at home what I'm talking about. Here we go. That's what the app looks like. I'm not sure if it's on your screen there, Sherman. It's the Radiohead Quote Generator.
Now,
and I'll explain to you how the Radiohead Quote Generator works in a moment.
Did Tom York really develop this?
Yes, Tom York has invented this app today. Looks like that, Sherman.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, very good. I'm pretty sure that's copyright infringement, but anyway.
So what happens is if you press the Radiohead Quote Generator, it selects a random image of an artist somewhere online, and then combines that with a Radiohead lyric. Okay, so let's go. Let's press. I have the app on my phone here, so let's press the app. Here's the app on the big screen there. So I'm going to press the app now, Sherman. Okay.
What is this?
Let's see. Well, I haven't pressed it yet. So I'm pressing the app now, and let's see who it brings up. Let's see. Let's see. Here comes the first. Okay, here it is. So what's happened there is it's combined a Radiohead lyric with a random image of a popular artist. Now, so
is this a popular artist?
If you would like to read out the lyric, Sherman.
Very well. When I am king, you will be first against the wall, with your opinion, which is of no consequence at all. What's that? What's that? That's how Derek Jacobi would do it.
And that's the artist, of course, as you'll all know out there. As you'll all know out there is, of course, Nicki Minaj.
Never heard of her.
Nicki Minaj, a popular R&B singer in the American continent. That's great. There's still lots of people watching and commenting. Alan Fitzgerald has asked, how much for my tie? Well, Alan, I'm afraid this kind of classy item cannot be bought in a mere store, in a mere shopping centre, or in a mere clothing department. It's specially made and hand woven by a team of dedicated Italian tailors in the southern in Sardinia, and it's.
Is it so?
That's about as much as information as I can give on that, because, to be honest, I don't want you, Alan, flying out to Sardinia demanding one of these ties. First of all, you couldn't afford it. That's great. Thank you, Alan, for your... Alan's now asking about Sherman Tank's hair. He's actually made a very derogatory comment.
What did he say?
He said, what about Sherman's wig when he's not using it?
Wig? Let me tell you something. I've had this hair since 1974. Before that it was long, and I got it cut then. I get a trim every so often, every couple of months. But I find it washes itself and lends itself to a lovely...
Okay, that's great. Thanks for that comment, Alan and Sherman. So that's the first... We played... that's the first time we played the RQJ Radiohead quote generator. And we'll plenty more of that later on. I bet you can't wait. Okay.
Is that elevator music?
So don't forget to vote. When you vote with your emoji, you bump it to the cloud. Don't forget to bump it to the cloud. Sorry. Where are we? One moment.
Strangely soothing.
One moment. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me now. There we go. Just ironing out a few gremlins. That's wonderful. Darren Skelton has rejoined us. Lorraine Murphy will give us €10 for the decanter. Well, fun fact.
€10?
Fun fact, Lorraine. It actually cost me €10 for said decanter. So I'm afraid you'd have to, because it's now part of a Facebook TV show, it's now increased in value exponentially. So I'll require at least €12 for that if you're serious about making the sale. And I hope you are.
Does it come with the Tisky as well? Does it come with the beer?
It doesn't come with the beer. That's separate. That is a separate purchase. Okay, thanks everyone. Let's go back to our voting. I have a feeling not many people have voted. So here we go. The latest voting, Sherman, you'll be happy to hear, it's exactly the same. It's 3 votes for 1975. No votes at all for George Ezra. George would be really upset by that.
And how many for Giorgio?
Alan Fitzgerald has offered €11 for the decanter. This is rapidly turning into some kind of live eBay experience, or a QVC, in fact, as Lorraine mentioned earlier.
Is this the sort of show you've set up, selling things off at bargain prices?
I do what I need to do. We all need to do what we need to do in the modern new media environment, which is what this is.
Cutting edge.
Indeed.
Cutting edge.
Lorraine says it's not from crystal. It's not made from crystal. Well, I'll have you know, Lorraine, it's made from the finest cut crystal, whittled from the crystal mines just outside Port Law in the County Waterford catchment area.
Bought from one-legged hooker called Crystal, more like.
These Chinese import cigarettes are not only cheap, but they're delicious.
Man up.
Time
for some beer.
Okay, you may. We're having a wonderful time here tonight. It's great being surrounded by friends and compatriots and fellow art aficionados. Because what is life, Sherman? This is a question I'll direct to you.
Yes.
What is life without art?
Life without art is nothing. And nothing is a conceptual idea that artists flourish from. From the deathbed of nothing, art grows. Can you understand this? It's a new concept. From nothing, you get something. That is art. Where there wasn't, there now is. So life is nothing.
Expand more on that, please.
Well, without life, without art, life is nothing. But without nothing, you can't have art. So the two have a symbiotic relationship, do you see? And prima facie, one depends on the other. Art depends on nothing, and nothing depends on art. So art is actually the giver of life.
I can see what you're saying, and I think we should tease that out a bit more. Will you tease that out a bit more, please? Especially in relation to the word symbiotic, which is a very erotic word.
Not really erotic at all, actually, no. It might rhyme in a sense, and maybe that's where...
I'll just stop you there, Sherman. I'll stop you there because Brendan O'Donnell, all the way up there in the beautiful county of Donegal, is watching the show.
Donegal. I know it.
Donegal.
Hi, Brendan.
Hello, Brendan. We'll both say hello to you on the white shot. Hello, Brendan.
Hi, Brendan.
What about you there?
Is it Brandon or Brendan?
Brendan.
Brandon O'Donnell.
Brendan O'Donnell is watching.
Anything to Daniel, perhaps?
No, he's nothing to Daniel. He's been asked that numerous times.
Where's the ashtray?
Where's the ashtray?
That is it, in your hand.
No, that's my drink.
No, that was your drink.
This is the ashtray. Okay.
Changed.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Brendan. It's a pleasure for you to have us there. I believe you're our first dairy. Our first Donegal. Sorry.
Don't say that.
I know. I'm sorry. Our first Donegal viewer. So congratulations. Thank you, Brendan. And in case you haven't heard, we're playing Fantasy Arts Talk. Fantasy Arts Talk. Because I know Brendan's a big fan of fantasy football. And this is Arts Talk Fantasy Art Team 2019. We're starting right. This guy. Brendan says, yes, you matters, yes.
I'm sorry? Matters?
He's speaking in the ancient Donegal tongue there.
Right. Is he a druid, perhaps?
Thank you, Brendan. And so just don't be shy to vote. And the way you vote is that's right, Brendan. Derry and Donegal are the same. That's 100% correct, and that's definitely a subject that we'll explore later in future episodes. This is a 32 county show, by the way. This is very much a 32 county broadcast. It is not constrained by man-made borders or ethereal concepts as nationhood or continents or even Wi-Fi
Or even
strength.
incontinence.
Thank you for that comment, Sherman. So don't be frightened to vote. Still no votes for George Ezra. I'm really surprised by that because George Ezra is a really spectacular young talent.
I wouldn't know. I heard he had a song called Shotgun or something.
Ah, you did, Brendan. You taught me well. You taught me well about the ways of Irish history and where we're all going, hopefully, to a much brighter future.
Is this Ezra a drill artist? You know, one of these drill hip-hop kind of guys?
I don't think he's an electrician, no.
I'm talking about the London-esque art of rapid, aggressive underground hip-hop. He wrote a song called Shotgun, after all. And he looks a bit gangster.
So I think it's time to play. I think it's time to fire up the old app again. The Radiohead quote generator. Let's press it again. I'll just press it here on my phone, and we'll. Oh, here we go.
Chomsky, eh?
I do believe it's working. And our next. Here we go.
Norman Chomsky.
Noam Chomsky, I believe. Noam Chomsky. So
Has he changed his name?
I think I will call out this particular
Sorry,
lyric.
go ahead, yeah.
I wish it was the 60s. I wish I could be happy. I wish that something would happen.
It's like he's reading my mind.
So in case you don't know what's happening here, you're just joining us, this is a new app on the App Store called the Radiohead Quote Generator, which basically generates random Radiohead lyrics juxtaposed with random artists. Or I wouldn't really call, but Noam Chomsky might be a slight glitch in the app there, because I don't think Noam Chomsky is an artist as such, is he?
He's some sort of a social theorist, intellectual journalist stroke philosophist stroke dyslexic, because he's spelled bloody Norman wrong for a start.
That's great. Okay, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook. If you don't like the page, then please like the page, and you'll be fully up to date with all our latest broadcasts and assorted uploads. Okay, we're doing well here, I think.
How are we doing?
We're doing well. We'll now go on to our... Oh, welcome to the show, by the way. Sorry. Welcome to the show. Always a pleasure to have you guys here. It's a high engagement show. And many episodes ahead. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. here on the Facebook platform. StubVid Media, of course. So we'll just play... Will we play the Radiohead app one more time? That's right, because we're really on a roll here, and people are loving this. They really are loving this part of the show. I can tell, because the social engagement is going crazy. People love Radiohead. People love lyrics. Radiohead lyrics, they're renowned. They are, in many ways, the Shakespeares of contemporary music, in my opinion, lyric-wise.
How did you come up with that idea? That they were the Shakespearean, that there is an equivalent to Shakespeare, and it is in the form of a modern pop band. There is no answer.
So just expand upon what you said there, Sherman.
Would you like some more beer?
I'll sort that, please.
Please. And thank you. Don't mind if he does.
Have you ever been to a Radiohead gig?
I was at a Radiohead gig once, and but I have to say I was very disappointed, because the Radiohead gig I went to was just after they had sold out, after OK Computer, which was probably one of the most cutting-edge conceptual pieces of work that was ever produced since Pink Floyd's Oh My God. And unfortunately, when I got to Malahide Park, they were selling bloody mortgages. I actually was drunk and ended up taking out a second mortgage on my caravan. But because I was not corpus mentis, we actually voided the contract. We got it voided because they took advantage. And I woke up in a stream naked that morning.
In a live stream like this? A live stream?
No, an actual stream.
An actual stream?
Stream, yes.
As an old school stream which involved
let's not talk about that any further.
Water, wet water. Okay, this is great. There's now 3 people watching the show, and every one of them is a winner. High engagement at its best. We were talking earlier about the Brit Awards 2019, and we asked you to select our goalkeeper for Fantasy Arts Talk Fantasy Art Team, and our candidates were George Ezra with the wow face, Horka Smith with the love heart, and the 1975. So what's interesting there about the 1975 is there's 4 members of the band. So do you think that would be a mistake by our audience if they chose 4 individuals to be our goalkeeper? Would that be an inevitable path to confusion?
Well, they're quite thin, the lads. Unless they stood on each other's shoulders, they probably couldn't save much. They certainly won't save rock and roll, let me tell you that much.
Sherman, I've got some great news. Anthony Mackie is watching the show.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie.
Now there is an artist.
Now there is an artist. We love when artists watch the show. After all, it is Arts Talk Late&Live. And we hope to have you on the show really soon, Anthony Mackie, for in-depth discussions on all things art.
I heard that Anthony Mackie is building a joint sculpture.
Careful now.
From rubber tires.
A giant sculpture from tires.
An inside source tells me this is the case.
Okay.
I'd love to hear more about this fascinating project from Anthony.
Well, I look forward to hearing a lot more from that, and perhaps Anthony, you could come on the show and talk about that.
We'd love to have him on. Or you'd love to have him on.
Lorraine Murphy has asked a very unusual, surrealist question.
Yes.
Is there a seahorse sticker on it? On what, Lorraine?
On a can of beer, I don't think so.
You'll have to fill us in on. You'll have to.
Oh, the
expand.
decanter, is it water?
Oh.
That's certainly not water, let me tell you that. That's more like Kilkenny.
Actually, there may well have been a seahorse symbol on it, but I tore it off because I don't like any branded symbols on my decanters. I think it ruins the aesthetic. It ruins the aesthetic of the glass.
Stubbs, I admire you.
Thank you. I admire you. I admire you more.
I admire you greatly.
I admire you twice as much.
Apart from the sellout tie, I do admire you greatly.
The what tie? The sellout tie?
Yes.
Tie.
How many children in Indonesia have to lose their fingers for that tie?
As I said to you very clearly earlier, I believe in reference to Alan Fitzgerald's question, this tie was made by a select band of Italian eunuchs in Sardinia. That's right. There's lots of eunuchs in Sardinia dedicated to the tailoring of ties.
I don't know what to say to that.
I'll be the first to admit it. Great. Never mind. So, well, now I think we're kind of coming towards the end of the show in one sense. Oh yeah, sorry. We're going to play Radiohead quote generator one more time. Let's press it. Let's press it one more time and see what comes up. This is random Radiohead quotes linked to random images of artists. Bang.
There's Noam again.
Frozen winter shit, the ability to laugh at weakness, calm, fitter, healthier and more productive, a pig in a cage on antibiotics.
Can you name the Radiohead song?
Sherman, can you name the artist on the screen?
But clearly it's David Hockey, isn't it? How about those onions?
David Hockey?
Yes.
You mean David Hockney?
Yeah, David Hockney I meant, of course, yes. David Hockney.
Thank you. Thank you, David, or thank you, Sherman, for that in-depth analysis of that Radiohead lyric. So, as many of you might know, David Hockney was a working class kid from Bradford, who became disillusioned with the emotional straitjacket of living in Northern England in the 1940s and 50s. He was a flamboyant artist and a really exquisite personality. And he felt himself wasted in the Northern England constrainment jacket. So he fled to Los Angeles in the early 1960s, I believe.
Where nobody wears a jacket.
And proceeded to dress like a kind of a flamboyant artist with a lovely pair of glasses and a nice flappy hat. And he painted some amazing paintings over the years and got very rich, which all artists should get rich, I think.
Why?
I think it's very important.
Why is it important for an artist to get rich?
I think it's an interesting point you're bringing up there, Sherman, and we're going to tease that out a bit more. We're going to tease it out a bit more. Should an artist strive for great wealth? Now, I am Stephen Patrick Stubbs, and I'm an online influencer, but I'm also and presenter of the show. I'm also an artist in my own right, and I believe in making as much money as possible from your art, because the more art you make, the more money you make, the more art you can make, and vice versa, and ipso facto.
Do you know what ipso facto actually means? That's 2 weeks running you've used it out of context. I'm bloody sick of this. Suppose it's time to fill in the derriere again.
That's great. There's many, many people watching. Alan Fitzgerald asks, and he stole the Milky Bar Kids glasses. Yes, that's correct. Alan is so observant. This is what I like about Alan, one of our most loyal servants, is that he picks up on these small details that Sherman Tank often misses. Sherman made no reference
I'm
to...
not biting.
Sherman made no reference to Hockney's glasses, which are very much like the Milky Bar Kids glasses. But I think we're starting to go over old ground here. I think, Sherman.
Really.
Indeed, and although repetition is the godfather, silence. Even though repetition is the godfather of comedy, outstaying one's welcome is the crazy uncle of boredom. And we are not going to be a crazy uncle. The kind of crazy uncle who turns up at Christmas dinner, half cut, with a turkey leg in each pocket, and a very unusual scent about his face and body. And in fact, no one even welcomed him. No one even invited him to the Christmas dinner in the first place. And yet he always arrives each Christmas morning. I'm going off topic there.
You're better for it.
I'm going off topic there.
Whether you realise it or not.
And I think we've all had a wonderful time so far on the show. We spoke about the Brit Awards 2019. We began a brand new game called STALK Fantasy Art Team 2019. And as such, we're choosing our goalkeeper using the miracle of emoji. And it's exactly the same. There's still just 3 votes for the 1975, 1 vote for Hokka Smith, and no votes for George Ezra. 1 vote! We got a first vote for George Ezra. This is exciting.
Go back.
This is exciting stuff. You need to see that again.
May I ask? Maybe this person was just surprised at the level of discourse here tonight and not voting for Ezra at all. It is possible.
So don't forget, if you want to vote for our goalkeeper, click the emoji and bump it to the cloud. Bump it to the cloud. That's a technical term for using your emoji. Do not disenfranchise yourself. Use your emoji to vote. That's great. This is wonderful. We've had a wonderful time here, and it's been a really high engagement show, as it should be. And we've discussed many subjects.
Indeed.
We've covered lots of ground. The common thread is just hopping. It's hopping.
What's next?
I actually had prepared. I had prepared actually a few words on the Fantasy Art Squad Arts Talk team. Remember, we want to build a mighty arts team to take on the whole world. We must give adequate, thought to each selection, tailoring our decisions based on rational analysis of their attributes and weaknesses. Well, based on what I've just said there, I think it's quite clear that our viewers at home have come to the conclusion that the 1975 have the adequate attributes and the no weaknesses at all, really, as far as I can see. Because it's 4. I think what's happened there, I'll just cut back to you there, Sherman. Just you might want to just there's something there. Yeah, never mind. It appears that 1975 have won it.
How can you have 4 goalkeepers? Not even Colombia would have 4 goalkeepers.
It really doesn't matter what we think, Sherman. It's what the people at home have voted for, and they have voted for the 1975. Now, the voting lines will continue after the show finishes for exactly 16 hours, so it's not over yet. But they've pretty much got an unassailable lead.
This week we're gonna like every hour.
This is fantastic. Okay, well, I think we've pretty much covered all the topics tonight. We covered Brit Award, we covered Arts Talk Fancy Team, we covered the new Radiohead app that's available in the App Store, the Radiohead quote generator.
I hear
We had Hockney,
U2's new album is bundled in with this.
Nicki Minaj, and we had Noam Chomsky. My favorite is the Noam Chomsky lyric. I wish it was the 60s. I wish I could be happy. I wish that something would happen. Which pretty much sums up his entire philosophical oeuvre. It just shows you the algorithm in these apps are really quite impressive. The way it links everything together. Very much like a pig in a cage on antibiotics, as they all said. As Tom York said.
Not to be confused with a rat in a cage.
Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I should have mentioned that earlier. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Steve_Stubbsman. If you want to follow me on Instagram, thank you very much. Okay. Well, I think we pretty much squeezed every ounce of art stock out of this particular show of Arts Talk.
Sorry, you were saying?
I was saying, but now I've stopped saying it. So, I think without further ado, we should look towards the camera.
Which one?
Look towards the camera. That one there, the white shot. And we should thank everyone for watching.
Thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Interacting.
It's been a really high engagement social media event. And the music is coming to an end just as the show comes to an end. That's not done by coincidence, that's done by skill and preparation. So until next week, 10 p.m. Irish time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Until then, all keep your art stalked and talked.
Goodbye.